What we've got here is a photo album of those various people that we you've been associated with that are part of Aftercare. What we'd like to do is use an analogy of this is Facebook. And there's comments in it are a bit like Twitter's. And this is the audience or the social community that's watching us as we do this presentation. And I'd ask you to open our talks today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, John, very much for that gracious introduction to the afternoon and for this, let me say, priceless gift. Of course, we know that amongst people with mental illness, well, every one of them is precious, but amongst those sufferers are people who will give so much back to society, their families, their communities, if they have that priceless support, that aftercare and the principles and the energy and the acceptance which aftercare provides. And I noticed too, amongst the marvellous things that you've done along the way, have been extend your services to address those people, young and old, who have intellectual disability. And of course that enormously important group, important all over the world, but absolutely priceless to Australia, adolescents, upon whom, and I believe as an adolescent psychiatrist, that the pressures on adolescents in Australia are enormously strong, powerful, especially our young men, where they're expected to attain and achieve in so many ways. And it frightens me to have heard John's words of a school which denies the existence of psychological and psychiatric sensitivity in that precious age group upon whom the expectations are so high.
I'd now like to introduce the Honourable Andrew Constance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Minister.
Good afternoon, everybody. To Your Excellency, the Governor of New South Wales, Murray Bashir, Dr Ivan Beale, to the Board of Aftercare, to John particularly, to Deloitte and to everybody. One of the areas that I have great concern is there has not been enough research, not enough done in the area of people who have dual diagnosis in terms of mental health and disability. And I'm very determined to look at the philosophies that we're applying through the person-centred approach and how that can be applied more broadly across government. What do I mean when I say that? Well, I think for too long to have disability, you're quite often dictated to by ministers, by governments, as to what services you can have and when you can have them and by whom. What I'm trying to do is now flip it all on its head. I want to put the decision-making back at the heart of the individual in terms of their daily life. I don't want people dictated to. I want people to be able to pick and choose the services that they need, to be able to respond to their challenges and to respond to their needs. And that's why I have a very clear aim to ensure that New South Wales does become the #1 state in terms of self-directed support.